Happy Monday. Welcome to Mondays with Mori. I'm so honored that you're here. I want to share with you some insight today about something that happened to me. And I'm sharing this because I hope that it will bring some awareness to you, to your relationships, to your life. So you can start evaluating what it is that you're doing and how you're doing it, and maybe shift it, tweak it a little bit to create an easier life for you. So this weekend, well, I want to start first with, I didn't do a live last week because life has been crazy. It's been hectic. I don't know if you're feeling the energies are super intense lately as we're gearing up to this election tomorrow here in America. And just around the world, the energies are really high. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of tension. And it's bubbling up in everybody and in all these different situations. I'm seeing a lot of explosive situations. I'm seeing a lot of situations of people just fighting, picking fights, not feeling at ease with their body. I've noticed a lot of almost accidents and a lot more accidents on the road than normal. So just be aware that this is just stuff that's happening energetically. And the more you can keep calm within you, the more you can be aware that it's not really about you, or it's not really because of you, that it's just the energies. And if you can just ride those waves, right now the waves are high and they're coming down crashing, but I truly believe that it's to create a bigger transformation on our planet. And so if you could just see beyond what's going on right now, see beyond into the future, and just set an intention of it's all going to be okay. If you can tune into the energy of that, it will really help you shift what's going on right now in this moment. And sometimes we can do this in our own house, right? If it's a very crazy Monday morning and everything is really hectic and it's not going according to plan and you feel totally out of control, focus on one thing that you can control: you. You control you and how you feel inside. If you don't let the outer world impact your inner world, if you don't let whatever is happening outside there change who you are in here, then you can be steady in any storm. If you know that the outcome is just going to be fine. And how do you know it? Tune into it. You create the outcome. You create the possibilities. You create the options. So focus on what it is that you want to create, not what you are fearing of creating. Focus on what it is that you want to have, not on the lack of what you don't have. You will create this. Okay? And so this story that I'm going to share with you portrays to specifically for relationships. And so if you're listening and you're tuning in and you're finding yourself doing the same thing, ask yourself, okay, how can I tweak this to work for me and not to work against me? So this weekend we went to a water park with my family. It's an indoor water park in Washington. My kids love this place and it's amazing. There's all these slides and obviously you have to wear a swimsuit. And I've been feeling really not very comfortable in my body lately. Been eating foods that don't really do well with my body, but we're having family visits and we're doing a lot of things out of the house, and so we're eating a lot more out, and there's just a lot of shifts and changes, and so I feel my body adjusting to that, and I'm not really happy with what that looks like. I know that it's has nothing to really do with who I am, but it just feels heavier than normal. Okay, and so being in a swimsuit all day, I was feeling kind of self-conscious about that. And we're here in this water park and there's all these other gorgeous women around and these gorgeous bodies. And so all I was thinking to myself, I was sitting there and I was like, wow, look at my body after having 3 kids and what I look like now. And, you know, the story we tell ourselves. I was kind of putting myself down in my head about it. And my husband was sitting there and we're just kind of hanging out for our kids. And I'm thinking to myself wow, he's probably looking at all these other women, thinking how gorgeous they are. Again, a story in my head. But I could tell my energy kind of becoming irritable, the outside. So my inner world, what I was thinking, my thoughts were starting to affect my mood and how I was acting and how I was interacting. And I was kind of giving him the cold shoulder. And I think he's like, what? And so at some point we were all in a pool together playing and he was just looking at me and my daughter was like, why are you looking at her like that? And he was like, what? I'm just looking at how beautiful she is. And I was like, oh. And the thing is most of the times we don't talk to each other like that. And it was this aha pivotal moment, because it showed me how much what I was thinking, what I was creating, the story I was telling myself in my head about not accepting myself. And I was trying to pin that story onto him to validate that, where his story was completely different. And the thing is, if my daughter wouldn't ask him that question, and if he didn't say that, I don't know how the situation would end. But how many times do we do that? How many times we reject ourselves, and then we use an outer person to support that notion that we reject ourselves, to get evidence for what it is that we're creating, when actually it has nothing to do with us. And when I'm looking at it back, I'm thinking, and how many women around me were feeling the same way, and I was just tuning in to their own story. And so when we are these energetical beings, we start tapping into other people's energies, and then we feel like we are the ones being judgmental. But how much of that is just us tapping into something else? See, we are so aware, and we just take it on as it is our own, and we make it our own, and we create that story, and then that's the outcome. So this outcome for me could have been way different. I would have maybe picked a fight. Maybe I would have maybe just given him the cold shoulder, and it would just like tap the whole day into this weird vibe, because I was feeling subconscious instead of just being aware. Okay, is this really me? Is this really what he's thinking? Is it really true? What am I actually avoiding? And so when you can tap into these questions, to this energy, and when you tap into actually what you are and who you really are and what you really want, you'll be aware of how much you've let the outer world create where you are right now at the moment. And then notice what it is that you're thinking and how you're thinking it, and then ask, how can I shift and change it? How can I shift and change it? What if instead of being rejected, I'm loved? What if instead of someone looking at my body and thinking, ugh, why is she wearing that? They're like, wow, she looks amazing in that. Okay? So look at where you're doing that to you. And notice that who you're really battling is the beliefs, the judgments, the thoughts that you think that other people have on you. Because somewhere inside you have those thoughts about you. So what if you can change those thoughts? What if you can change those feelings and tap into who you truly are and tell yourself, I'm worth love. I'm worthy for who I am. I'm worthy just for being me. And what if you didn't have to fight that anymore? What if you didn't have to fight being you anymore? What would that look like? What would that feel like? So, if this is a contribution, if you're getting these aha moments, just know that you're listening to this live for a reason. Whatever that is for you, I hope you get the awareness that I'm tapping to you. And if you do, please comment. If you're watching the replay, comment replay, just so I know, because it really gives me the strength to keep coming on live and sharing with you these insights. Let me know, share, like, write a comment. I'm here to support you. I'm here for you. And if I'm talking to you and you feel like there's more stuff and you want to get deeper, you want to look further, you want to create a different reality for you and you don't know how, reach out. Because I'm here just for this reason. So you can schedule a free consultation. I would love to get to know you and talk to you and see your beautiful face. And I'll tune in with you again next week. Bye.